All right, so we are going to get right down to business. And I'm sure a lot of you, trust me, it is Saturday. You're out with your family, you're chilling. Maybe you're even doing a castor oil pack, or you're just doing a little spring cleaning. We are going to get right down to looking at the exact plan that I use with my clients. Now, we have spent the last 2 webinars going over in detail kind of the planning stage. So I just want to recap. Number one, keep it simple. Excuse me, because I have a little allergies today. So you're going to see me sniff a little. The exact plan and the keep it simple launch, always download your documents. Think about what your niche needs. Do they need a short program? Do they need a long? Are you doing a membership? Are you doing group coaching? Is it a masterclass? Paid? Free? Are you launching a business? Are you doing a webinar to lead to a program? Are you doing a challenge to lead? Are you doing a giveaway? Or are you just doing the pre-buzz through blogs and live streams and or offline with collaborations? Maybe you're partnering with a gym, an acupuncturist, a chiropractor, a doctor, any of the above, to have a rock star awesome program for the people that you serve. So today we're going to look at how to really set that up. So I want to just dive right into it because there is a lot. Okay, so the biggest thing, and we've talked about this, is pre-launch promotion. Many of you who, even if you have a Weber or you have MailChimp, you still have what is called a main list. I encourage you, if you have multiple opt-ins, which I did, do not just email those individual lists, because people will get double emails and they will go, ugh, and they will probably not open them. Make sure like once or at the end of the week, or maybe every 2 weeks, that you're merging the people once you are done communicating with that. For example, client A opts in to a 3-day cleanse. Maybe they get their welcome. 2 days later, they get a follow-up, and maybe 2 days later. Once that funnel is done of following up with those people, take those people, download, export to the main list. This will also save you money because you won't be growing. I mean, MailChimp won't look at these names as the same emails. They'll just look at it as the amount of people. So export them to your main list, especially before you launch. For some of you who have a zero list, I want you to take an Excel spreadsheet or a document and actually write down or export the people from your Gmail list. You can email those people with a link to an opt-in freebie and say, hey, please, I'm starting my business. I'm so excited. Would you like to download this gift? And you give them the option. If you know that those people would definitely want to be on your list, then totally okay. You can upload those people as long as you feel like that list is not something, of course, that you're stealing or you took it from another business and they wouldn't want to be on it. Give them the option to, of course, say yes or no. So you're going to your main list. You have email day 1, email content, day 3, day 5, day 7, day 9. So there are 5 emails. For some of you, and that's maybe more advanced. So remember, what did we say in webinar 1 and 2? Nurture, nurture, content, content, content. Nurture, nurture, sell, sell, sell. Nurture, nurture, tell the story, social proof, lead them. You can always do that in email number 2 if you wanted in the PS, so you're kind of dripping it out, but this is exactly the launch that we do. Whether you're doing a 2-figure, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you can of course get more strategic. You can do things like retargeting. You can do things such as somebody's not opening an email, but we're talking pre-launch promotion. You could also have more of a pre-launch, such as challenge before this, or maybe you're leading them to a challenge. And so maybe email one is, hey, oh my goodness, I know that you've been struggling, or I was struggling with sugar cravings. I'm hosting this free 7-day sugar cleanse. Join this group. I'm going to put the files right in there. Let's have a lot of fun. So you're not even asking them to sign up. You're just asking them to join a group for something free. Then email number 3 is like, hey, or email number 2, on day 3, hey, if you didn't see this, hey, make sure that you've joined this group. So you have 2 opportunities. One, you can do a live stream in the group talking about the webinar that you're leading them to. Or you can then continue on day 5 with the promotion. I had the sugar cleanse. I'm so excited. Look at the results from this. Look at the results. I dealt with, sugar addiction. So you're going into that soap opera sequence. You're going into, this was the problem. This is why I'm covering it. Maybe here's a recipe or engagement. So you're engaging with them and asking them, hey, hit reply if you have this, but still one call to action. On those emails, you don't want to have multiple, like, did you check out this blog? Unless that blog is leading to the same call to action. Because if you have too many CTAs, call to action on a blog, it's just gonna get confusing. And then the whole goal, always think about the win, is the webinar, or is the challenge, or is your one-on-one. So again, this model can be used no matter what. And the reason that I tell coaches who are in my mastermind, like, nail down 90 days. Master 90 days of your business. Because once you master 90 days, you can plan out the whole year. You're not shooting darts. How many of you, raise your hand, feel like sometimes this gets so overwhelming because you've never looked at it like this? My online business manager and I sit down. Sometimes even it takes multiple times to do this. So that's why I tell you, the smarty pants who end up buying programs and say, I don't know what to launch, they're actually the smart ones. Not saying it's a dumb or smart. They're ones that are starting to talk about it because they're actually thinking, what does make sense? What am I actually leading them to? And then the webinar, if that was all about sugar, is, 3 ways to, maybe it's 3 ways to end sugar cravings, but still eat chocolate. Or maybe it's how to end the afternoon slump when you are totally addicted to sugar. Or maybe it's how to end your sugar addiction so you can recover from adrenal fatigue. Again, depends where you are and what state. You want to be careful with the verbiage that you use, but also always speak about your eye. I always talked about adrenal issues and candida and the things that have really affected me, and sleep and sex drive and stuff like that. But for many, it's weight that gets affected. So think about, again, where are we taking them to? What is the win? This, whenever I say win, this is where you're taking them. So they opt in. Okay, so I always have to, when I'm talking, I always talk it out. I always say, okay, client A, she opted in. You're syncing to your webinar platform. That could be with Zapier, or maybe you sync right to Zoom. You're applying your tags. This is for those using tag-based, Infusionsoft, ActiveCampaign, Ontraport. MailChimp does not have a tag. Aweber does. ClickFunnels, so I'm sorry. Unless they just added tags, I need to check because they've made a lot of changes, which is also, again, and I want you to guys think about this. One of the reasons that in my membership, we're going to start doing a bunch of Infusionsoft tutorials. Now we have a whole ClickFunnel, like how to build ClickFunnel, how to connect it, how to connect, the Stripe and everything. But the reason that we're going to start doing Infusionsoft is I started looking at the numbers when I was even in it, because people are like, oh my God, Infusionsoft's so expensive. But it really isn't when you start looking at how much it costs to be in MailChimp. So for many people, they are looking at MailerLite. Even ActiveCampaign can be expensive. So, look always at your ROI on what you're doing. For some of you, staying in a simple platform is really important. For some of you, like myself in the beginning, I didn't have a team. I didn't have the money to spend a lot on a virtual assistant. And so people would sign up for Zoom. I would download the Zoom list, and then I would import it right into MailChimp. So again, a lot of things can be done. It doesn't have to be. Tag just makes this more of an automated process. They get the welcome email. That can also maybe be a success page. Those for you that are an entrepreneur, or those for you that maybe are doing this in ClickFunnels, or do a lot on your WordPress. Again, different levels here, but this is when you're really getting into these higher level launches. But even when I was in MailChimp, I didn't have success pages that people landed on, but I made sure that welcome email had the information, and then you go into your reminder sequence. You can do that in Zoom. You could also do that in any of your email services. 24, 12, 6, 1. If you want to get strategic, give a gift in there. Take them through a hero journey. I did that years ago, and it was really great because by the time people got to the webinar, I'm going to do that again, they knew what they needed to make happen for their business. Then you have a replay. So remember, always and we talked about this in mapping out your emails, get a replay written or have a copywriter do it. Average copywriter prices, the inexpensive is 60 to 75. Average is 100 to 150 email. That's why when people go, oh, your programs are so expensive, I'm like, please go out and try to find people and send them my way if you found somebody great and inexpensive. So a replay can be simple. Doesn't have to be complicated, guys. You want to hit home the point, the goal, the win, share some social proof. We talked about that in the last few. And lead them to the sales page or lead them to whatever you're offering. So you may have a second replay. That's a retargeting. That's, and you can even look at this in MailChimp for those who did not open. You can send them a second one. You can send them the same with a different title. That's a Ryan Dice kind of model. Or you can even have a totally different one written, or maybe put a video in there. There are a lot of different strategies that you can do, or maybe go for more emotional, or again, different title, and send one, and you could even say bonus offer. You can give the bonus back to the same people who bought, but it's just another strategy to get somebody. When you see bonus or like last call, it usually makes people go, oh my God, yes. Okay. Is everyone clear before I move on to the pre-launch promotion? Kind of simple. I know it's complicated. Trust me, I will tell you. My launch sequences, they're about 110 pages in Google Doc. So this can seem simple. I mean, for those of you who have bought down a few programs from us, we provide a pre-marketing sequence for you. We don't put in a replay, but we provide a lot of this. Seal My Copywriter has last call coupons. That's at yourhealthcoachbiz.com. And so, if you're kind of stuck in that, or you're like, I don't know how to write, the replay, just tag and see if there's someone that I can find you. Or if you're in the mastermind, I'll just write one for you. Okay, are we good on this? Let me just see a question. Somebody's asking, should I have a Facebook group page for my gut health group than my spring detox forum? So this is how I feel, is that if I'm doing a group that like is very specific to one program, unless I have on that one page that they can take the hero journey, meaning like detox is like your silver, and then your diamond package is detox and gut, then I would have them in separate forums, because I feel like a lot of people share very intimate and personal stuff. Now, and also I feel like the programs, of course, are different. Like you're going to be addressing stuff in that spring detox forum, unless you're doing this in membership style where everyone's just put into a forum, and you're taking them through that program. I think that having separate forums would be better. Even if people want to upsell, if they want to take the upsell and go from the spring forum, say, great, send them an email and say, I'm so excited. Here is the PayPal link to, or here is the e-product link, a product link with tagging in a welcome letter, and then bring them over to your gut support forum. So now we have open cart to your main list. Now, again, you could get even segmented more, like if you had 4 opt-in freebies out there, or you wanted to segment, of course, the main list and the replay of the webinar. And so you wanted to segment to the people who are on the webinar, but that's where you need tagging. And again, you can do this in MailChimp because you can segment, but you want to pull the people off the webinar because you want to communicate to them, hey, you came to this webinar. And you can also, let's even go here. You can also get even more strategic in did not attend, did not convert, or did not attend, or attended and did not convert. So that's a different message, such as, so I see you attended, I see you signed up for this, I know this was interest, can I ask you, did I do something wrong? Or were you just signing up to get the free gift? Or are you on the fence and you need to sign up for a strategy session with me? Here is my scheduling link. You want to be very clear and concise in that conversation, and also clear and concise in your replay and your open cart emails, because that's why I keep saying to you, for those of you who have bought in the form, what is your price? What are your bonuses? Because right here, you could throw out in these last call, like some extra bonuses, because this is where people, how many of you? Because Boss 15, right, is ending 3/29, the day after my birthday. How many of you are like, oh, well, because I see it all the time. I get emails like, I was trying to log in. And I'm like, please, can you just buy the day before? But we never do. We buy like the last moment that we can save. So a few strategies is that you have this open cart. One could either go to the webinar, and again, this is when we get into further segmentation, but really want to keep it not basic because this is a full launch, but you can have the replay, or you can feed the replay people into one sequence that everyone gets. Many people, no need to name names, many different, and all different people in different industries. So I don't just mean, I mean like public relations, social media, Facebook, launching, health industry, business coaches will actually just pretend that their main list attended the webinar. How many times have you seen that? Raise your hand or drop a 1 if you're seeing this on Facebook in our free group. And you're like, I didn't sign up for this webinar, but they're hitting their main list just with the same sequence. So email goes out the same time the webinar replay. So again, that's the only thing that's going to be different. Webinar replay goes out, main list. And you may want to put a replay page, or you may want to put a link to a blog. I wouldn't just put the link to the replay, because what happens? They click off the email. You may want to also put that on Vimeo, because on Vimeo, it doesn't feed to the next video. It's stable. Whereas YouTube goes to the next, goes to the next. So what I would do is, if you wanted, and if you didn't have landing pages and stuff like that, do a blog page, put the video there and turn that into like a mini sales page, or create a success page, a replay page on the back of your WordPress or Wix or Squarespace or anything. And if you're putting a code, put it password protected. So then, and I wouldn't say that it needs to be like crazy password protected, but like if you're putting valuable information, I don't password protect mine. I feel like fine, it's out there, I'm putting it out there in the universe anyway. So email 1, email 2, these are going to who is not bought. So clearly, anyone buys on the replay, and this is where tagging is really nice, they come off. How many of you have bought and then you still get the sequences? It's very annoying and makes you want to unsubscribe from something, which is why it's nice when you get into these higher level. But again, not necessary. Don't freak out. It's just, again, you want to then keep segmenting, even if you have to do this daily on a manual basis, exporting who bought and then segmenting and pulling them out from the next email. Then email 3, promotions, social proof, testimonials, reasons why. Who is this for? Who is this not? Don't just rely on your sales page. And that first paragraph has to be pivotal, because most people do not. They look at it in Outlook or they look in Gmail and they look at that first paragraph to see if they're going to open. So make it really important. Engagement, engage. Like, ask those questions, you know, have you been feeling tired? Have you this? Have you that? Like, really engage so that you get that buyer thinking. Because if they haven't bought by 4, you may want to throw out, you know, here's this last bonus. I just, you know, this bonus that's amazing. You can't like, you cannot live without it, kind of thing. And then you have 5. You can also do last call. Again, you can do coupons. When they purchase, they're going to go into that purchase funnel if you have that level. But if not, you know, many of you use Stripe, many of you use PayPal. So they're just going to go into a list in your MailChimp that shows that they bought, because it's connected to your PayPal. Stripe is connected, to your MailChimp or your email server. They're going to get triggered to a thank you page, or they're going to get triggered a welcome email, either with a Dropbox or access to a membership, such as Wishlist, Thinkific, Teachable. Maybe some of you are on Kajabi, which is tagging and membership. Maybe they get access to ClickFunnels. Whatever it is, wherever you're building your stuff, Access Ally is a little more advanced. I would say needs a little more coding. And then they get a follow-up sequence of support emails if you need, hey, you know, do you need more help? Hey, do you need a one-on-one session? Hey, these are the supplements I love. Maybe some of you sell, you know, supplements, oils. Some of you do hair stuff like I do. Some of you do CBD oil, whatever it is that you do. That can be where the upsells can also happen. You can also go into the abandoned cart, so the abandoned, like, oops, did you forget something? Did you drop your coffee on yourself while you were buying? And again, that can also happen with MailChimp. Again, MailChimp has gone to some higher level stuff. MailerLite, all of these more advanced, as we say, Entreport, ActiveCampaign, Infusionsoft. WooCommerce can do Samcart. So some of you may not have the higher tagging, but you have Shopify, like more girth kind of shopping carts. So that is also a possibility. And that really concludes like the presentation for today. This was not, I wanted to really like streamline this for today. We went over a lot, you know, in the last few days. And so if you have any questions about the program that you should buy, is it a workshop that you're missing? Is it blog content that you're missing? Are you with an essential oil company and you haven't seen that we have a cleanse and restore essential oil detox that is compliant? Are you missing opt-in freebies? Are you looking actually at the business mastermind because you just feel hella confused on where to start? You've done everything. Like, no joke. And that you're like, wow, yeah, cool that we get these extra like yummy recipes that I can give as gifts so that I can use in my one-on-one. So please, think about what you need. Feel free to reach out to schedule a time with me, or to even just, shoot me an email, because there's no point sitting there and saying, like, where should I go? What should I do? When we do that, we usually do nothing, and we feel complete and massive stagnation, not just in our business, but in our life in general. So it's been a pleasure to be here with you guys. My name is Rachel Feldman. You can find all the programs at www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com. You can also contact me for one-on-one, whether you need a single session, all that great stuff at rachelafeldman.com. And yeah, the business mastermind is freaking awesome. Just to give you a little about that, because, we launched the program, so I will talk more about the mastermind even in April. My Facebook ad guy is coming in for an entire hour masterclass. I'm having one of my copywriters come in for a copy that, copy questions, copy everything, once a month. She'll come in for an hour, and we will go over people's questions about me, everything. We will be doing once a month, like hot seats, which I do often, but we're actually going to do it in personal room style so that you guys really get those questions answered. Like, where should I start? How do I get this opt-in freebie? All that stuff. And then I also teach like once a month. Like this last few weeks, I've just been planning. There's an entire resource library too. How to do Aweber, how to do MailChimp, an interview with Danielle Laporte, an interview with Lisa Fraley. Lisa Fraley is also coming back for a live Q&A in there. I'm having another lawyer come and also talk about like trademarking. And I'm just having a bunch of people who I think are really important for you guys to have in your arsenal as lifestyle and business, as lifestyle and life coaches, fitness coaches. I also am having another copywriter come in to just focus for an entire hour on the About Me page, because I feel like that's so important. There's a niche class in the resources. There is a planning your business. There are a lot of jumpstart materials. I used to do something called the Healthy Hustle. It was a 6-week course. So I will be implementing that into the mastermind. And that is really a where to start kind of, where to start in your business. So even if I need to do extra classes and just put that on a different page for you guys and not just on our calls, I will totally do that. Let me get you, you're so cute saying you're sold. Let me get you the link for that. If you go to yourhealthcoachbiz.com and you go to the area where it says master, if you go where it says membership, but I will pull it up. The cool thing about the membership is that we also give you content. So I feel like, there is, there's like tons of content out there, but I feel like, sometimes what I needed and I knew I needed were videos that I could upload to Facebook, videos that I could vlog. So that's why we give you a video, 2 blog posts, 16 recipes, 4 weeks of suggested meals, and a pantry list. So yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome. If you guys have any questions, and remember, if you're watching this and you have not signed up at rachelafeldman.com/events, you won't get that cool freaking PDF. So have an awesome, awesome day. Again, it's been a pleasure, and I look forward to supporting you in your business, online, offline, anywhere, because, you know, I worked both sides, and I feel so fortunate because when my online still needed me to build my authority more, I started really building my offline and getting that confidence to show up online with a really clear message. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Ask on the sales page if you have any questions at yourhealthcoachbiz.com. And I hope that you have an amazing day. I will talk to you guys soon. Take it easy.